Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be testing out a silicone face sponge. You have probably seen your favorite YouTuber already use this to apply makeup. Today I'm going to be trying it with just like natural covered day-to-day makeup with a makeup product that I have issues blending in normally with my beauty blender. Just because I feel like they absorb a lot of the product. So I'm going to be trying the silicone sponge blender with my NYX Total Control drops. I've done a full look at this foundation. You can check out my review up here. And normally I used about 8 drops for my full face, which according to their instructions is a lot of product. So we'll see if I can't get by with just maybe 4 drops of product on my entire face. Let's take a look at this sponge. This is the Natural Balance Silicone Sponge, and this is from Lier.ca. They actually sent this for me to try out when they sent me my silicone cupping set for Face Mask Friday. So if you want to check out silicone face cupping set, again, I'll have that linked up here. The directions say to apply a very small amount of your favorite base product on the silicone sponge. Since the sponge doesn't absorb the product, make sure you're using less than you would with a normal makeup sponge. Dab the sponge on your skin, pushing it gently into the coverage area. Do not smear as it will cause streaks. Wash with warm soapy water and air dry. This was a huge fad or trend in 2017. So before 2017 is over, I definitely wanted to give it a shot as well. The benefits of using a silicone sponge versus a normal beauty blender type sponge is that you can fully disinfect this, unlike a normal sponge or a makeup brush. They're pretty hard to clean. For me, that's really good news because I deal with acne issues, so knowing that my products are 100% clean, that's a huge win for me. They're also supposed to be pretty durable and use less product. They're quite cost effective. This one was $7.99, and I don't know if they're all like this, but mine is kind of like wrinkly. It's got some weird like wrinkle texture to it. I don't know. Is that normal? Kind of looks like a fingerprint. Alright, so today going for just kind of an everyday makeup look, kind of not a huge amount of coverage, but I'm going to use a tiny bit of primer. I've already moisturized. I just feel like maybe lubing up my face a little bit will make this process a little easier. I'm just going to apply the tiniest a bit of this Maybelline Baby Skin primer, which is my favorite primer. And we'll see how it applies this primer, because apparently it's supposed to be really good for a lot of like skincare application processes. So I'm just gonna dab it in. And I think that did it. Seems to be fully gone now. I'm just gonna feel my face. Yeah. Seems good. Now the instructions don't explicitly say which side of the sponge to use. There's a side that's a little bit flatter and a side that's a little bit more rounder. From what I've seen watching other people's YouTube tutorial, you actually want to use the flat side, which a lot of people think is the bottom side. But feeling the sponge, I'm not too sure that there is like a wrong answer. I feel like if you're just dabbing it into your face, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Alright, so with the foundation, I'm going to take 4 drops of product directly to the sponge. Maybe. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, this is a pretty liquidy foundation, so I'm going to quickly get this on my face. I guess my highest coverage areas that I feel like I need are the same areas where I applied my concealer. Or the same areas where I applied my primer. So let's get dabbing. It doesn't feel especially pleasant. It kind of feels like I'm just smacking my face with a chicken breast or something. But it does seem to be spreading out the foundation. Trying not to swipe, I'm trying to just pat it all around. And already the coverage is definitely better than applying with a sponge. So now that it's applied everywhere, I feel like it's not sitting the nicest on my skin. So I'm just going to take a bigger brush and just kind of finish blending everything in. I think people have kind of come to terms with the fact that the silicone sponge can't do everything. It really is kind of a one-trick pony. It's good for spreading and applying, getting stuff onto your face evenly without absorbing too much product, versus completely blending and making everything look perfect. There we go. I think that did a better job than I expected. I'm gonna try it with my under eye concealer. Well, let's just see what happens. You can kind of bend the sponge right in half and really get it in wherever you need it. I definitely feel like I need to kind of finish perfecting the blend with a brush. Okay, let's try spot concealing. I'm not too sure how this is gonna work, but I'm just gonna, so that's probably way too much concealer. I just want to cover up some of my larger spots here. I'm gonna very lightly tap it in. Let's try blending it in now. To be honest, I actually kind of really like doing this method for like spot coverage, because you can be kind of precise when you apply the product. But when you tap it in, it's kind of like using your finger. It kind of is a tacky surface that's not going to just take the product off. It's going to more just spread the product around. So kind of pleasantly surprised with that. There are a few more things we can try. Let's try applying a cream blush. This is actually a gel blush from Sephora. That's probably way too much again. This one I oftentimes do have issues applying because I like to put it on the back of my hand and then maybe use my fingers or a brush to perfect the blend. But it definitely is easy to go overboard with this product. And it does kind of stay in the back of your hand, so if this works, honestly, I think that's really nice. Again, I will go over it again with a brush just to make sure there's no harsh edges. And the last thing we can try is a little bit of liquid highlighter and see how that applies with this sponge. I'm just going to paint a little bit on, just like that. And a little here. Let me powder and finish up the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back with my final thoughts. And I have to say, I actually enjoyed using the silicone sponge more than I thought I would. Now, there are some caveats with that. I think this would be mostly beneficial for the cool girl people that use a lot of cream products, a lot of really light products, a lot of no makeup looks. Nothing that actually requires a lot of blending, and where you're only using a tiny bit of product anyway, and you just want to get it spread out evenly. I think this is perfect. I feel like if you're someone who feels like you should be using your fingers, but you don't like to use your fingers to apply makeup, you prefer to use a sponge or a brush, I feel like this is going to be the right tool for you. This one's more for spreading. You're going to need to finish blending afterwards. You can be pretty precise with it, or you can be pretty floppy with it. It's great that it's completely cleanable. I have no idea how long these last. I assume they last for quite a while. If you know, definitely leave a comment down below and let me know how long yours lasted. I also feel like you shouldn't be spending a lot on your silicone sponge. This is literally just a piece of silicone. So unless you want to support the original company in Hong Kong that came up with the idea and first marketed it, I think you should probably go as cheap as possible. There's no reason to be spending more than $10 on this little thing. It probably costs pennies to manufacture, and they're all going to pretty much do the same thing. I don't know what would make one extra special compared to the other ones, aside from maybe shape. Maybe you want to make sure it's cosmetic grade. I definitely think I'm biased because my review's coming so late. I've kind of gotten an idea of how other people are using their sponges. If you've been a little bit skeptical but curious, I would definitely say it's worth it. Buy one, try it out. I'm almost certainly going to reach for this guy again. And I think I'm even going to give it a 4 out of 5. If you approach it as a spreader of product and not a blender of product, I think you will definitely get good use out of it. I think it would be good for applying serums and moisturizers and just anything that you could use your fingers for, but for whatever reason you don't want to use your fingers for. I think it's great for imitating a finger on like acne spots. I think it's really redeemed this foundation for me because I was definitely frustrated with this foundation prior to discovering this guy. So it's kind of given my foundation a second life as well. So if you have a serum foundation that you haven't been enjoying using, again, I would maybe try this guy. We'll see how long this guy lasts and if it really does become part of my everyday regime. And I will keep you updated for sure, but I could see myself possibly buying one in the future, so we'll have to see. Have you guys tried it? Would you be interested? Does it fit your lifestyle? Would you pay extra for one that's got glitter in it? I would love to hear your comments and thoughts, so make sure you leave them down below. Interestingly enough, if you watched my Tuesday video, you'll know I also got one in this month's Luxe box. So this might be something that if you have a beauty subscription box, they're gonna eventually like work their way down to you as well. I thought it was pretty coincidental. Now that being said, I do have one extra silicone sponge that Lier sent to me, so thanks again very much to Lier. Leave a comment down below and let me know and I can send this guy to you. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate all the support and comments you guys have been leaving lately. Thanks for joining us in last week's live stream, of course. Hello to all my new subscribers. If you haven't yet subscribed, definitely subscribe down below. I do new beauty videos every single day of the week. Leave me a thumbs up if you thought this was funny, informative, or entertaining at least, so that I know you guys enjoy these types of videos. And thanks, of course, to my Patreons for helping to support my channel and bringing you these videos, as well as Lier.ca for sending me this product to try, because didn't expect to like it so much. Aside from that, you guys, I will see you all tomorrow in my next beauty video. Bye!